Countdown.
We got it. We got the oh six. Here we go.
That's what. Hello, everyone. Welcome back
Hello.
to the Just Everyday Things podcast with Dominic.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what. And Tavon. That's what. Reporting in again from the outskirts of somewhere in the United States.
I like that. I like that. Same thing. Dominic reporting. Close to Charlotte. We'll leave it like that.
Yeah, no, well, I'll say the outskirts of Maryland. That's it. That's it. So yeah, so with our second show, we had a successful first show and like a pregame show before that. But we're just keeping the train moving here. That's what. If you haven't seen our last show, be sure to go back and check that out. I think we titled that one "Projector Cans" was the
Yeah,
title we had
projector
for that one.
cans.
So yeah, go and check that one out. Sort of quick side note on that one. One of the things that I brought up was the ability to be able to see the emoji or reactions in text messages after Google did their little they had the beta update. I was able to go in and download the beta messenger and they able to confirm it does work. Uh, it doesn't work. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than what I had before.
It's a lot better, man. You know what I mean? Like, so I actually feel comfortable now in sending you the emoji or the little thumbs up, things from the iPhone. Now, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel that bad now since he confirmed that it works to some type of satisfaction on his end on that Android device. So
Yeah, and look, every time you send one, like on my face, it brings a little smile to my face every time I see it. I'm like, oh, like it's been so many years,
it's
I can
progression.
see
That's what it is. It's progression. You know what I mean? 2022 is progression.
Yeah, yes, sir. That's what we're doing. We're trying to make things look a little better, sound a little better. So bear with us as we go through this transition, and as we're going through it, as we're trying to introduce new technologies to our setups, and hopefully give everyone a better experience. And if anybody's interested in what we're doing, let's get the likes up to I don't know do something. I don't know what's a good number of likes to see to give people a tour of kind of like what we have on our desk so far. Do like
You
10 or
know,
something or
it was like
10,
10, 20.
like
You
10
know what I
likes,
mean?
20 likes, 20 likes.
Yeah,
Okay, if
exactly,
we
right?
can,
I ain't gonna go to the gusto yet. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, we can get 20 likes on this, then we can give you guys a kind of like desktop tour of what we've the technology that we've come across and we're kind of use as we're going down this maiden voyage right now.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
so yep. So yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into we have some interesting week this week. One of the things I wanted to bring up, or actually kind of like caught my eye, was uh, the need for everything that's going up, or the cost of everything that's going up. And that's what Amazon and Netflix. Well, Netflix first came to the table with their price increase to $20 a month, and then with Amazon has increased theirs. I think an additional $20 or $30 onto
They said,
theirs.
so what I was saying, it says 17%. So it's like, you know
So,
what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they were soft with that number, you know what I mean? Like, people are like, oh, it's only 17%. And then they'd be like, yeah, it's like $30 more. But, I'm just saying, like, so that,
yeah,
I guess stay tuned to your annual renewal fee and you'll see if you like
yeah,
it. So,
yeah, yeah. So I'll throw up a quick screen of what I've seen there, and so like it looks like it's. Yeah, let's see if we can let it load up there for a second. Let's see. It's still trying to go, but all right. But yeah, while that's going up, but yeah, so I was able to pull up an article. It has 139 is the yearly cost that it's going up to
oh,
um,
okay.
for that service there. And so hopefully with that, maybe they'll have some other programming or some other perks that kind of come along with the service there, because between the two, 139 is definitely, it makes me look at Amazon a lot tougher, I would say, when it comes to uh, price to value ratio, and we'll see if a lot of other people the same way, because I'm really going to be looking at how often I use everything now from Prime to the streaming service, and seeing if it's still worth the value at that point, because it's 139 is a pretty steep figure.
Okay. So for me, I order so much stuff through Amazon that like, you know, they got me, man. I ain't even gonna lie, right? They got me. Like 139 is just like I'm just looking at it like, well, that's just the price I'm gonna have to pay. So I mean, like it's so many of these subscription based programs out here nowadays that I'm just like, oh well, you looking at it, you be like, well, that's the least of my pains right now. You know what I mean? You got like,
Yeah,
Peloton people paying like $40 a month. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like Echelon people, like, if you don't have a Peloton, your Echelon bike or some other one. But basically, or just like that tonal workout thing. I don't
hmm,
even know how much that is, but that's a subscription base. And the way that they setting these things up, man, is just like it's unfortunate because you can't even really use the device not unless you're
yeah,
paying for the service. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. I digress on that one, but yeah, no,
yeah,
I'm with you on it on a subscription base myself. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying I'm gonna have to bite the bullet on the Amazon one. That's just gonna be me. I'm just gonna have to bite
yeah,
it because I use
yeah.
it so much. So that's just me. So
Yeah, and I think it's going to come down to really with Netflix increasing their price, and then with Amazon increasing their price, like it's going to kind of start to shake out to who provides the the better experience, or who provides the most for your money.
right, right.
And I think and yeah, essentially it would be Amazon, because you can just get so many more things with it. So with Netflix, it kind of placing themselves in a category as like a HBO, Showtime, and just as almost as a regular cable channel now at this point in some
Yeah,
cases.
man, it's crazy.
It's like
The reason why us millennials or whatever you want to call it, it's like why we cut the cable is because it wasn't benefiting us, and it was cost efficient because we actually got to see the stuff that we wanted to see. And
yeah,
now it's getting out of hand because it's like, yo, now you're getting up to cable prices. Like, I might as
yeah,
well just go ahead and jump back in and see what Xfinity or Fios or what are they offering their bundles, and I just deal with that. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So. And a lot of those things, you and I both know that a lot of those platforms like Verizon teams up, and I'm not saying that they are, but I'm saying like they team up with like Disney Plus, and they'll team up with
hmm,
Netflix for the lifetime as you own. I think T-Mobile even do like Netflix. So it's just
yeah,
like you get a free
yeah,
Netflix account just by having an account. It's like, so why go up on this? I'm pretty sure you're making
yeah,
enough money, man.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you're squeezing all the pennies out of the rock at this point. So,
Yeah.
but so that's what I had for the first story. As I know you
Yeah.
had something else
So,
there before.
yeah, so I had, and I know it's kind of old, but I'm just bringing it to light since we're talking about these subscription based things. Is like how Toyota is like basically starting something that I don't know. I'm a little concerned about, right? So like Toyota's starting this the subscription base for $8 a month for remote starts for your car. Like, and
Hmm.
I'm just like, why? Like, the hardware itself is already built into the car. Like, what are you offering me,
Yeah,
you know, for $8 a month that I have to continue to pay this, even if I have the car paid off, right? And
yeah,
the thing that me and you had conversations about was talking about how, like, well, how does this affect people that's buying a used car? And the
hmm,
hardware is built in for like it's built into to the car itself. How does this affect me? So if I go out and buy, I don't know, just say a used Camry or something like that, right? You know what I mean? I buy a used Camry, I'm like the second, third owner on it or something like that. Now, do I have to pay $8 a month to have
yeah,
remote start on the controller, on the remote control, that clearly shows me that I have remote start and I can't use it because I have to now pay a fee for it? Like that just
yeah,
seems like especially as Toyota being one of the number one car makers sellers in the world, like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, why? Like, again, you know what I mean? Like, how much money is enough money for these companies? Then that's the
yeah,
part that I just don't get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that you're gonna literally nickel and dime your customers
Yeah.
now for the rest of their life if they want to use that feature. Like, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, it's like
Exactly.
I don't get that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
You have to pay
And like,
$5 a month
yeah,
for the rest of
a
your
month
life,
for the
just
rest
like
of
you
your
said,
life. You know what I
for a
mean? Like,
remote start.
yeah, for a remote start, a feature that's not even controlled by them. It's hardware built into the car. Like,
Yeah.
I understand if you want to just leave standard remote start from just a car, and if you had some cloud-based remote start, you know what I mean. I understand you charging that feature because all the other types of things
Yeah.
that goes into it. But if we're just talking about the standard remote start, yeah, I don't understand why you're doing
Yeah.
that. I really
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. I think one of the articles that I mentioned to you that I had seen was for heated seats.
Mm.
Heated
What?
seats, yes, the heated seats. I forget what manufacturer it was, but I want to say it was like $3 or something like that a month. Uh, was it BMW? I don't know if it was BMW, but it was one of those upper class
Yeah.
cars, upper price cars, and you're already
I don't get
paying,
it. You're paying a
you know,
luxury
a
price.
lot. Yeah, you're paying a luxury. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. What I was looking for. Luxury. It's a luxury car brand that's doing this, and you're pretty much uh, what to call, like, you're eating your own customer base at this
Yeah,
point. So just like you said, you paying 50, $60,000 for the car up front, and then now in order for me to get certain amenities in the car, I have to pay you per month for the in perpetuity for the rest of my life on that car
right.
in order to have these services.
Heated
But
seats.
heated
Heated
seats.
seats. We're talking about
Just
heated seats. Like,
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I understand with some stuff where you can have a subscription model, and yeah, you actually brought up a good example of the cloud-based option, if that is the case. But then don't make that the only option. Like, what if I just want to be able just to remote with my key,
right.
and like and I don't need my phone to actually be uh and like going to an app to remotely start the car. Yeah, it's a good feature, but how often are you using that feature?
Yeah.
If you don't necessarily need it. So with stuff like that, it seems like there should be more say from the customer
Right.
standpoint, and saying, like, this is what we want in the car. And then also I'm hoping that with these subscriptions that they don't find a way to kind of like brick third party add-ons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
They're gonna take your $8 or your $3 or whatever, right? Or let's say, you're already at $11 right now if we talk about remote start and just heated seats, right?
yeah,
I don't
that's
understand, right? So so you're already at that price point, right? And they're gonna take their money and they're gonna use that for research and development to prevent you from putting in third party things, right? And
exactly. Yep.
as a person that worked in car installation, right? Like I did that through Best Buy for like 2 years, right?
Hmm.
It's already hard enough, right? Because like you had these high end cars like the BMWs and things and such, right? And
Yep.
for you to actually put a remote start in those cars, sometimes you had to actually give up one of your keys, right? Because it has to have to be the key
Yes.
has to
Yeah.
be present in there as a present start, so you can actually start the car up remotely.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, right? You go to Best Buy, or whatever store you choose, right? You get a remote start, right? You already paid for that. You have to then pay for installation, and then on top of that, if you want another key, you got to pay $300 to $500 for a replacement key from the manufacturer. So now instantly your remote start is like $1,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, right? And I never understood why these companies that's already making a ton of money off of individuals are still wanting more. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like what are like what is this actually accomplishing? Like, this is actually, you know is actually making me rethink, like Toyota or somebody else. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's just like, man,
Yeah.
that's kind of petty. Like, that's kind of petty. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and speaking of that, I guess to elaborate on the BMW and the Toyota thing, because like I think Audi, it's like either one of the companies, right? And I'll find out, and we'll talk about it next series if we, even revisiting that. But
Yeah.
like some of those luxury car brands was charging for like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right. I mean, yeah. You told me that.
I was like, I
That's
don't understand. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so every other car manufacturer is putting it in standard for free in there, but yet you feel like you have to have a need to charge for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And we're
yeah.
supplying the hardware. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all
Yeah.
you're supplying is the screen and the interface behind it. Like, you know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't understand. I really don't understand why you guys are making this so difficult for all your consumers, man. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
what it
And
is.
It's like I said, we're providing the phone, we're providing the car and the cable if needed to plug.
The cable, yeah, because I'm
So,
pretty sure you're not gonna provide the cable. So.
so it's like it's I don't know. Hopefully, at some point, this practice will kind of go the way of the dodo and
Yeah.
just become extinct. So
Yeah, but it's tough, man, because like again, it all comes back to who's the one person, like who's brave enough to actually push the envelope like that, right? And
yeah,
you know what I mean. And I'm gonna be honest, as even as an Apple fan, right, even as an Apple lover, like I feel, me personally feels is that they actually did this. They did this to, you
yeah,
know what I mean? Like they set
yeah,
the bar as soon as they were like,
yep,
we're taking charging bricks out of the what's the name, right? Or we're getting rid of
hmm
headphone jack ports. You know what I mean? Like once they
yeah,
started doing that, these other companies like, well, Apple took this out, so why don't we charge for this? Like, like, we can
yeah,
make money on the back end by charging for this. And
yeah,
we'll sell a lightning cable that you can't get from anywhere else that only works on our devices, and we'll tell you that it's incorrect if you try to plug it in. You got it for $5. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
why, man?
yeah.
Like,
It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, but I guess we can move on to the exciting news. Well, not
yeah.
unnecessarily exciting, but it was the talk of the
Well, I'm
town
excited, but you know what I mean? Like,
yesterday.
I'm excited
Yeah,
because you know what I mean. Like I said, it's technology, right? So,
yeah.
you got anything, or you want me to like?
No, no, you can transition to the next one.
All right, cool, cool. So for those who don't know, pre-orders are now available for the S22 Ultra, which is Samsung's new latest and greatest phone. I'm only talking about the Ultra right now because that's the only one that's really important. I'm gonna be honest, like,
It doesn't make it doesn't make sense to talk about
doesn't make
anything
any sense
else.
to downgrade to any other ones. I'm being honest with you. I'm not saying that they're not good phones, or we're just talking about the what do you call flagships here. Like we're going to talk about the
Yeah,
flagships on this
yeah,
channel. So with this new one that's coming out, man, it looks pretty promising. I'm not gonna lie. So this thing's gonna come in 4 different colors now. So we got
mhm,
burgundy, which is their new color. I don't know how, I rock burgundy. I don't mind. You know what I
yeah,
mean? But I don't know if I want that on the phone. But that's just
yeah.
me. You got Phantom Black, right? Not just standard black. We talking about Phantom. Like this is the darkest of the dark. This is Phantom Black.
Yeah.
This is the real deal. Phantom White. This is the whitest of the whites. And just green. Just green. That's
Just green.
just
Just
green.
yeah. Yeah, I'm not
So
gonna lie, that just green actually looked pretty nice to me
you like the
when
green?
I saw it. Yeah, I like the green. It didn't
It
look
looks
too
like
bad.
almost like I don't know. I wouldn't say emerald or jade or anything, but yeah, it was green. But,
I wouldn't get it, but it looks. I mean, just it's different. It's a different shade, like but it looks nice though.
well, the white, I'm always a sucker for the panda. So, the white
Yeah,
one is I always do white and black or something,
yeah,
yeah, car, everything's white and black for me. Like I like panda. So,
yeah.
so the price points that's coming out on this thing. So this thing for the 128 gig is starting at 200. I'm sorry, $1,199. So $1,200, right?
Hmm.
Now, right now, if you get it from Samsung, they're giving you like $100 off. So it's like called a free upgrade, storage upgrade, and you can get the 256 for $1,200 right now from Samsung's website. Now there is these deep promotions, and you gotta basically pick whatever provider that you're with, whether it be AT&T, T-Mobile, Sprint, the big three, Verizon. Well, I can't say Sprint
Yeah,
because Sprint, T-Mobile marriage, right?
yeah,
So Verizon. Um, and basically, if you trade in a supported phone and stuff, you're supposed to get anywhere between, I don't know, $100 to $700 off. So it makes it more
mm,
appetizing to try to get this phone. So, but the
yeah,
specs and stuff on it is pretty legit. Like I don't know, I would have to have the phone in my hand to see, but so on the back, we got you got your, they got what, 5 lenses now, like 4 lenses right here. So we got a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. We have a 108 megapixel wide angle lens, right? Then you have a 3 times optical zoom, which is the 10 megapixel camera, right? And then they have a 10 time optical zoom, 10 megapixel camera. And for those that don't understand, like you have digital zoom and you have optical zoom. So the digital zoom is almost like software based
yeah,
zooming. So it gets really grainy and doesn't look as
yeah,
well. But the native 3 times or the 10 times optical zoom, that's native to the actual lens that it supports. So it's going to be nice and crispy. So you know what I
yeah,
mean? So for you to give two lenses, man, like two telephoto lenses and one has a 3-time optical zoom and then separated off to another one has a 10-time optical zoom. I don't know, man. It's, it's bringing a lot of zoomage into the equation. You got a lot of
Yeah,
zoomage right now. So,
yeah,
um, go ahead.
and they had the hundred times optical zoom on previous generations, I
Yeah,
think,
but they've been
of the
dialing
phone.
it back.
But
So now, yeah,
yeah, but like you said, once you go in 100 times optical zoom, it's like it's unrecognizable. It
yeah,
looks like
it looks like
Minecraft.
it looks
Yeah,
like trash. It was
yeah,
a gimmick. You know what I mean? It was cool. Like it's almost one of those things where I don't know the purpose. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have a purpose on
for 100 times. Yeah,
400 times zoom. You know what I mean? Like you could do it. I just don't suggest it. I mean,
yeah,
it's not be clear. You know what I mean?
it's
Like
not
you know
gonna
what
be
I
clear
mean?
at all.
Especially if you're not on like something like because you lose at that type of zoom. Lose your image optical stabilization, your image
Hmm.
stabilization that's actually built into it. So the slightest movement when you capture that photo,
He's gonna get all the noise.
it's going to get a
Yeah.
bunch of noise in it. So it is what it is. There. Now their front-facing camera is a 40 megapixel camera, so I mean, it always looks pretty good. When you're doing your
Hmm.
FaceTimes and stuff like that on a supported window Duo, I guess, because that's the only option I'm pretty sure you have. Well, I guess you got other options out there, but
Yeah.
I mean, I use Duo, so I guess it would be the one. So they added to counteract Apple's new RAW feature. Remember how you have the RAW
Hmm.
feature
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Camera Raw?
That's
So
what
they
I was
came
gonna
out with
ask you
one
about
now.
that.
Yeah, they
Okay.
have one called Expert Raw now, which has got Pro Studio editing. So, what I do love about Samsung, which I always loved about Samsung, is the fact that once you take a photo, you have a bunch of extensive features that you can edit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can go ahead and dial in and set the aperture and
Hmm.
set the shutter speed and stuff, and actually give you more of a photographer feel. Makes you feel like, okay, I took this photo. It wasn't just an automatic snap, which is nothing wrong with automatic snap. And I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, there's a certain level of achievement once you actually dial in your settings and you take the app, you take the photo that you actually wanted. So, but yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody's different. So,
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I found intriguing, yeah. So there's a lot of positive stuff that you definitely said about it. I'm gonna feature one negative thing that I didn't quite care for was and I don't know if anybody else has been talking about it, is the placement of the cameras, like the circles on the
hmm
camera. Because I've seen some people who actually people in the YouTube world have already had the phone, seem like for a week already after
yeah,
they put up
yeah.
their videos. And
Y'all want to
but
give
if you
us some
look,
phones? Y'all want to give us some phones?
it,
We down.
hey, we'll put our information out there. Just we'll go ahead, test it out, and give you an honest review.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. But the lenses for each camera, like the circle, like I noticed like dust building up around those circles.
Okay.
When some people did close ups of them, and it's like I like the bar feature that, like, say, like that the Pixel have, and even with on the iPhone, like, just having the square, like it's just one, you're just cleaning one sensor. On this, you have to be cognizant and actually, I mean, it's like, like I know you and I, we take pride in the equipment,
hmm
and that would get, like, annoying over time to,
Right.
constantly going back and wiping
Yeah.
around each individual
Each
circular
individual, right?
lens.
Like you said, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Instead of it just being like
So,
one clear glass or something, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and it kind of, to be honest, it kind of looks plain. Like, you know what I mean? The
It
back
does
of
look
it
like,
kind
yeah.
of looks plain. You know what I mean? So, and I think they wanted to get rid of that like camera bump or whatever they had,
Yeah.
but I didn't think it looked bad. And not to mention, it's
Yeah.
just like I said, man. Like sometimes, sometimes too much modification can mess things up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah, like like Samsung's always been, to me personally, I think they always been above like pushing the envelope and stuff. So like it wouldn't have been hard if you just left it in, or maybe you say you decrease the that box out or something. I don't know, but
Exactly. Yeah.
so now but I don't know,
Yeah.
but yeah, so.
Yeah. But
But
yeah.
it's some other
The,
things. Did you have anything else you had to ask about it? Because there was some other
uh,
things, other cool
one other thing
features.
the other thing that caught my eye was the vision boost. I don't know if
Ah,
you saw that one.
ah,
So the or vision booster. So pretty much whenever, if you're in direct light or sunlight, the screen is supposed to auto adjust to that lighting, and so it, like, like how we have to max out the brightness now, but this is supposed to auto correct itself and different shades, I guess, or different panels on the phone where it actually help with glare on the phone, so
oh,
you can
okay.
actually utilize it.
You don't have like the
And
flaring
so,
and stuff. Like,
exactly.
got you.
Yeah, so that seemed pretty cool. Like that's why I'm interested to see how well that works out when
Huh. Yeah, I didn't know about the
start
vision
doing
boost.
that.
I did know about I did know about the object eraser.
Oh, they got that now too. That's it.
They got an object eraser, man. So I was like, oh, okay. Now I don't know because there's been rumors that object eraser has been in the Samsung phones before.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like it's just saying, if not, they didn't do a good job of marketing it because Pixel came out, and once the Pixel came out and they said the Magic Eraser, I was like,
Yeah,
man, I might jump ship. I
yeah,
might go over and get the Pixel because of this Magic Eraser. Because it's like, if
yeah,
I could just take things and just remove them out of the photo, that's cool. Like you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah. If anybody's watching this and if they've seen the image eraser before on previous versions, go and let us know below.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I would be enlightened to it. Like you said, man, like I said, I can't afford to have multiple phones, but like right now, like I said, I'm running with the
Yeah,
iPhone, just because it works for my personal life. But yeah, I'm always open to new technology. So if they can let us know about that, that'd be kind of cool.
yeah.
So they had. Did you see that? They still. I remember the single take, but I still think that's a cool feature too. So when you go in and press one thing, it'll automatically create clips and stuff of it. That single take
No,
feature.
no, I didn't notice
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty cool. So I think they brought that out in S20. Yeah, prior to 21. It probably I think it was last year. So basically, when you go in and snap a photo in the single take mode, it'll record a certain amount of video. It's almost
Mhm.
like that iPhone
Oh,
mode
okay.
type thing. But it's just and it also take it from different camera angles. So it's like it's pretty
Oh
cool,
no,
man.
that's
It's like
interesting.
yeah, you can do like a loop or a still or stories. So all from just like putting it in single take mode, and it does all these different things. Give you record from different camera lenses and take take the footage from different angles and do a loop
Oh,
with it, or what I mean, whatever that short clip is that you were going to do. So
so that sounds like it's taken some of the from was like TikTok or Instagram where people edit their videos and make them
yeah,
give
make
them
different
like
loops
those
and stuff.
different looks and stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
it
now
sounds like this would be local, which I would imagine will create a better experience for the person who's actually doing it on that device because you're not going through a software. It's all being done natively on the phone.
yeah, exactly. No, you're completely right, man. And then they have a new one called Director's View. So Director's View is it says that it fires up all four cameras and records from multiple angles all at once. So
Oh, so it's like what you guys have then on the iPhone, and
well,
it's like that's one thing.
that was another thing because it was like I think it was called Double Take, but you had to download that software after. It wasn't built into the feature.
Oh, was
It
oh
wasn't. It
okay.
wasn't a built-in app. It was never a
Oh,
built-in app. So you had to download
I
that
didn't know that.
feature. Yeah, no, it was never a built-in app. It was like kind of and then they
Oh,
came out. They took forever to come out with it too. So you know what I mean, like whatever.
maybe somebody created one for Android that's sitting in the App Store somewhere out there because
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty sure.
always like that.
Yeah, and it's free.
When
It's free for Android. I guarantee.
Look, yeah, it'll be free for now, but there's no telling what it might do to your phone as far as lagging or maybe a bug or something. But hopefully it's all good though. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna put that on my list to actually look for this weekend because I thought that was something that was just native to the iPhone, and I would never have a chance of using that on an Android phone. But
Now, see, I don't know.
Samsung
I
has
don't know
it,
if
so
it's only in the App Store, the Apple Store, but like that,
yeah.
Apple their App Store. But like, yeah, it's called Double Take. So I don't know. Like, I have it on my phone and never used it. I'm gonna be honest with you, never used it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I downloaded it, but just haven't had a reason to be like, because it's not like I mean, it's more like an interview based type thing. I would think.
Yeah,
My personal opinion on it, what you would use
yeah.
it for, right? Like, it's an
Like
interview based type thing. So
it seemed like it would be cool for like maybe for I don't know. Well, I guess in a FaceTime call. No, I guess really. Well, yeah, I guess it could work in a FaceTime call if you're out somewhere and you want to show somebody something, and you still want to see their reaction, but also giving them access to the rear camera as you're going through, like if you're in a grocery store, like you want to pick out groceries or something like that, and
but
want your wife to see it, and then you can see her face at the same time, and she can see yours at the same time.
yeah, but I don't think
Yeah,
the thing is that the problem that we both have, right, or the problem that I have, right, is that Apple's not a multitasking
yeah,
platform. So I can't
yeah,
run two applications at the same time. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
so yeah, so that it wouldn't even work in that situation, right? Because it's like you try to
yeah.
have FaceTime up, FaceTime's already using the camera. So then you try to launch another program and it says the camera's already in use, it won't work. So it's just like Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
and if you're all hearing this, Apple, I love you guys, but please, can we please get multi-app support like how you doing on the iPads? I don't get it. Like, bring it to the iPhones. You're making these iPhones ginormous, and you could just
Yeah.
you could split the screen. You could split the screen.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Apple, Android
We
has
can
been
have
doing
a
it for
show on that.
years. For
We can have a
years.
show on that with you and talk about split screen by itself
Yeah, exactly.
for 30 minutes.
I'm tired of swiping up and over to go to a different app when I could just split screen it and just work out of both of them. So, but
Oh
I guess
man.
the last thing that I have to say, and this is not this is my con right with it, right? So the thing supports natively out of the box 45 watts max charging, right, for fast charging stuff like that. The problem I have is that they don't include the power brick in the box. Like, come on, like
It's not coming with the phone. So
yeah. So
so
like, I'm always curious about something too. So how is it that I know that they have to have a pre-charge on the device, right? But
mhm.
everything has a standby charging, right? Like,
Yeah.
so um how is it that they time it just right? Like what happens if one of these things stayed on the shelf in the back for like
Yeah.
a year or two? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how would they get that activated and powered up? Because then the people that there's the whoever the provider is, whether it be like said T-Mobile, AT&T, whatever, Verizon, they would have to then plug in your device to let it charge up for a period of time before they can even activate your
Before you
phone.
can even
Like,
see it. Yeah.
just put the charger in the box for the people, man. Like it's
Well,
not costing you that much, man. Seriously. And then you're gonna turn around and sell the charger to us like for like $45, like dollar a
yeah.
watt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
well,
Like,
you know that where their rationale comes into play is if it's sitting there for a year, you don't want that model anyway. You want this
right.
S23 that's
You
coming
want
out
the
with.
S23 to come in. That's last
So
year's model. We don't want
yeah,
you to buy that. So,
don't even worry about that turning on. That's what.
yeah.
So, as I got one last question for you because I know I have asked this question to me a day or two ago when they found out we were doing this
Mhm.
and talking about the S22 that they want to know if are you coming back to Android or are you going to stay with Apple?
This is how I'm going to answer this one, right? I'm coming back to Android if Samsung supplies me the phones. That's the way I'm coming. And I'm not saying it's not a. I'm not saying I'm never coming back to Android. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that right now.
I'll put a mark right there.
Yeah,
If I'm
that's
coming
you gonna
back to
put a mark.
Android, I'm just leave it right there. And
Yeah,
then
yeah. There we go. Yeah, we'll leave it right there.
Samsung
But
supplies.
if if I do come back to Android, there's gonna have to be a show about it. There's gonna have to be a
Yeah.
show
Oh yes.
about me doing that.
That would be actually that would be a whole dedicated show. It's a we want unboxing everything.
You said you
You
want
know,
unboxing. I can do it.
we
I
want
don't do it,
unboxing
man.
and
Do it.
look and a day in the life with with a former iPhone user uh,
Yeah.
reverting back to Android.
Like you
Like
said, you almost had me with the Magic Eraser last year. I was about to get the Pixel, but I was about to get the
Awesome.
Pixel. That all day battery life with the iPhone, and just the small features that they've pretty much owned the market on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yep.
yeah, I still have space in my heart for Android. I always will. So that's how we'll leave it like that.
All right. Well, we'll leave. We'll drop the mic right there. All right. All right. So we'll go ahead and wrap up. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning
All right,
in.
man.
That's it. And that's it. And please remember, like and subscribe to the channel. That's it. Again,
Sure.
if you get this to 20 likes, we'll give you a free demo tour of our desk setups and the kind of technology that we're using. And as you know, as the channel grow, we grow along with it.
Yep.
All
All
right,
right.
brother.
Thanks,
Well,
everyone.
all right, brother Dominic.
All
So
right.
enjoy your day.
All right, brother T. I will talk to you later, man.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man.
Later.
Later.